right, so today you're gonna start working on a secondary color of your choice and then the intermediate colors that are on the left and the right side of that. So just pick one that you're gonna do for today, and that means one of your primary paints isn't going to be used, okay? So you can keep that one capped and keep that one in a safe place. All right, so I'm gonna be using, because I'm making the orange today, I'm gonna be using the yellow and the red. So I'm gonna scoop some of this yellow and put it into my paint tray. And for me, I have a palette because I'm at school, but you might have tinfoil at home, a lid from a Tupperware, whatever you're using at home is fine. And then whatever you're using for a water cup at home too is fine. I have something called a water basin at school. That's what you would use with me. And I rub the brush back and forth after I get the yellow out from the cup. You want to make sure you clean your brush out really well so you don't get those double dips of like yellow in your red paint, okay? So then I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm probably gonna be smart and move this away so I don't spill paint on it while I'm mixing. I'm going to grab some of my red, and I'm just gonna start with a small amount or whatever I think is kind of like equal to my yellow. I don't want to grab too much because I can always adjust as I need to, okay? So I'm gonna start mixing, so you can see I just have a very, very little amount. And to me, that looks very, very much like a red orange because it's still pretty dark. I'm trying to actually make the orange color, so that means I need to, if it has too much red in it, that means I need to add more of my orange, or sorry, my yellow. You don't have orange, you're trying to make orange. So I'm gonna add a little bit more of my yellow, just taking a scoop out. I made sure my brush is nice and clean, and I'm trying to get kind of what I think is maybe in the middle. I don't want it to be too red, I don't want it to be too yellow, so I want like a good middle, like what I think is going to make a good color for orange. All right, so that is starting to look more, it's a little hard to see in the camera, and it always looks a little darker on camera, but that is starting to look more like a regular orange. So I'm going to go ahead and actually use that color. All right, now one thing to make sure of is that every time you wash your brush, make sure to dry it off real well so that you don't get too much water building up in the brush and then adding that into your paints. That makes your paints really transparent, which means they're going to be very, very watery and see-through like watercolors. The other thing is make sure to rinse out your water cup as you need to. So if your water gets really messy, feel free to get some new water. So now I made the orange, so I'm going to take a big old scoop of my yellow because I'm going to turn my orange into a yellow orange. So it just needs to be lighter than my orange color is. So it's definitely lighter than my orange color is. I'm actually gonna go for even a lighter yellow orange than that, just because I can. So I'm gonna wash my brush, get another scoop, and see if I can make it even a little bit of a lighter color. I think I like that one better. So now I'm gonna add that as my yellow orange. So now that I've used my yellow orange, I'm going to go through and turn this same color into my third one that I need, which is my red orange. So I'm going to add a bunch of red. I mean, I'm not globbing it in, but I'm adding quite a bit because it's a yellow orange, so I got to get it back to an orange and then even darker than an orange to a red orange. It's an awful lot easier to darken your colors than it is to lighten them. So that looks like a really good red-orange because it's just a little bit lighter than a red, but definitely darker than an orange. So I'm going to go ahead and use that.